Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another one of our seniors workouts from home. As you can see, I'm filming in a new and exotic location today. I hope that you enjoy the different visual eye candy. Today's focus is going to be more on your legs and especially on your hips. So we've got a lot to get through. We should get started. Little gentle short warm-up today. I want you to stand with your feet wide set. I'd like for you to stretch your arms as far out as you can. I'd like for you to fold at the hip, bend the knees. You can lower as much or as little as you like. Cross the arms over, and as you rise up, I'd like for you to raise the arms as high up as you can. If you can't raise your arms up, just work on opening them up and stretching out your top line. So we're all going to rise up with a deep breath in and slowly breathe out as we dip down, folding our hips, flexing the knees, keeping your spine nice and long, rising up with a second deep breath. Slowly allowing that air to escape. And we'll do that once more. Take a deep breath in, the deepest breath in you can take. Fill up your lungs. And slowly lower down. Excellent. You may want to have a chair or a wall close by to hold on to for balance. What we're going to do is alternate flexion of our left knee and then flexion of our right knee. So I'm going to lift the heel up and I'm going to try and bring it as close to my hips as I can without any support from the rest of my body. And then we're going to switch to the other side. We're going to pause just for a moment before switching. We're going to do 10 of those per side. So we'll all start together at 1. Great. 2. As we do these, you'll really feel your hamstrings, the muscles in the back of your legs. 3. Firing off. It's exactly what I'd like. 4. I'd also like to make sure that while you do these, you don't let your thighs swing forward. 5. Like this. I don't want that at all. 6. Keep the knees side by side. 7. That way, every time you raise a foot, you're going to be simultaneously getting a light stretch. 8 in the front of the thigh, in your quadriceps, in the opposing muscle groups. 9. And we'll do that one more time. 10. Excellent. Now we're going to do knee raises, alternating. And again, you may want to hold on to a chair while you do this. Some of you might not be able to raise your knees high. Some of you might really want to challenge yourself, so I would encourage you to raise your knees as high up as you can as an individual. We'll do that 10 times, starting with the left knee, and the right knee. And this is a good time. This is number 2. This is a great time. This is 3 for you to be paying attention to how much you have to shift your weight from one side to the other side. Specifically, this is 6 by the way, specifically, I want you to pay attention to whether or not you have to lean heavily to one side, but not very much to the other side, which would tell you if there's an imbalance in your hip strength, in your gluteus medius. And I believe that was 9, this is 10. Good. If you have difficulty picking one foot up, and you really need to lean very far to one side, or you absolutely need a support, but the other side, you can kind of let a foot hover without having to show much of a shift in weight. That definitely means that you have an imbalance in strength in your gluteus medius. So it means that you might want to be doing more of these lateral leg movements. You can do it lying on your side. You might want to do a little bit more work on the weaker side. But stick with me, follow along with my videos. I'm going to give you plenty of opportunities to get that work in. Speaking of which, we're going to do some of it right now. I would like for you to stand next to your chair. We're going to get right into it today. I'd like for you to stand on your right foot, so the chair should be to your right-hand side. I'd like for you to keep your toe, the toes of both feet, facing straight ahead. We're going to raise our leg as high up as we can and drop it down for a count of 10 repetitions. All right, so we'll do that in a multiple of 3, starting from 0, 3, good, 6, look, the less that you do this and compensate, 9, 12, the better. I would rather you stay as even as possible, 15, and have a less of a raise in your leg, 18, 21, then to see you really try to raise your leg and have to develop compensations to make that happen. What is this? 21, 24, 27, and 30. Okay, so now you might want to have the chair on your other side for the next leg. We're going to do exactly the same thing, counting backwards from 30, and this time I will focus on the counting to make sure that we get through this. So let's do it from 30, 27. You'll notice that I don't do them very quickly either. 24. You can take your time. 21 and do them right. 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, and 0. Let's give those hips a little rest for the moment. Now I'd like for you to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. I'm just going to do this so you can see me in profile. I always like to show you the profile version of this. I'm going to have you pull your posture upright. Lift your shoulders up, pull your shoulders back, drop your shoulders down so they're in set position. I want you to put your palms on the front of your thighs, and I'd like for you just to push the hips back. Start to push the hips back, and now allow the knees to bend a little bit more and drop down until your hands reach the level of your knee. I'm considering this was a part of a warm-up movement, so we don't have to go any further than that. Then we're going to press the hips forwards, and voila, that's it. If you'd like to add to that movement after you press the hips forward, you can raise up onto the ball of the feet, but that is an extra challenge. It is not necessarily a part of this exercise. So we'll do this for a multiple of 4, starting from 0. Taking your time. 4, 8. Now we're getting our legs, our quads, our hamstrings involved in this. 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. Excellent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a real treat. I'd like for you to stand once again next to your chair. This time we'll start with the opposite leg since the chair is already there. I'd like for you to stand on your left foot. I'd like for you to turn your right toe inward. So my right toe is pointing towards my left toe. You're going to love this. We get the pleasure of raising our leg up and down for another set of 10 repetitions. But this time, we'll spell a word to keep things interesting. Today's word should be flashing right above me on the ceiling. It's hieroglyph. So just have a look at the word, check out the spelling, and that's what we're going to spell going forward. Starting from H. Keep the toe turned in the whole time, please, the whole leg. I, not just the toe, the knee, the thigh. E. R. Ooh, O. G. Whew. L. Y. P. And H. Good. Now you can shift yourself to the other side of your chair or just shift your chair. Stand on your right leg. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but spelling hieroglyph backwards. Starting from H, don't forget to turn the toe, the knee, the whole thigh in. P, Y. I've got a cat giving me trouble here. L, she's been giving me trouble all day. G, O, R, E, I, and H. If these are really difficult for you, you can always change the range of motion and just raise the foot up a little less, but I definitely want you to keep following along with me. Now we're going to take a little break from these exercises and we're going to do one more movement, a quick movement for your shoulders. This is one that I would have liked to have included in the daily warm-up exercises that I gave in a previous video. But I did include it because there's so many things I'd like for everybody to be doing every day for good health, but you can only include so many movements. So this just missed out on being included into that video. So I'd like for you to take your hands. I'd like for you to open up your elbows and turn the hands and palms to face the front of the room, right? And while you do that, I want you to really pull the elbows far back. And then once your elbows are pulled far back, I want you to continue to try and pull the hands back. This is called external rotation of the arm. And we're pairing that with an opening up of our wingspan, an opening up of the top line. This is really, really helpful for your shoulders and your rotator cuff. So let's do that all together, just for a generic count of 10, from 1 to 10. 1. Try to take a deep breath in each time. 2, just hold for a moment so you can squeeze the muscles. So you can really take the time to activate them. 3, and feel them and develop an awareness of them. 4. 5. 6. Now, if that's really difficult for you, you can open them up like this. 7. 8. I mean, a lot of us have shoulder problems. 9. Just do your best. Go through as much of the range, and 10 as you can go through. Excellent. I've got one more exercise for you standing up today, and this is probably the most fun and enjoyable of them all. Let's just start again with our left foot. Hold onto the chair with your left hand, and this time I'd like for you to turn your toe to face the wall on the right side of the room. Yeah, I did tell you it was a leg and especially a hip workout today. We're going to do 10 more repetitions of the leg raise with our, thank you Matilda, she wants attention, with our toes pointed out. Not just the toe, the whole shin, femur, knee, the whole leg is rotated to the right, and it stays rotated to the right for the duration. So let's do this in a multiple of 8, and it'll be the last one for the day. So we'll start from 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and 80. Come in on the other side of the chair, counting back from 80, standing on our left leg, fully rotating the left leg to face the wall on your left. Starting from 80, 72, 64, 56, 48, 40, 32, 24, 16, and 8. And don't forget, 0. So now you can all have a seat. And for this last exercise, you're going to want 2 foam balls or 2 tennis balls, and 2 lacrosse balls, 2 pillows. Choose whatever implement you have on hand. What I'd like for you to do is to place one of those balls in between your knees, just above the knee actually, so it's in between my thighs, above the knee. And the other one I'm going to place in between my feet. I hope you can see that. It's that red ball in between my feet. So one's between your feet and one's between your thighs, above the knee. So we're having to utilize our adductors to squeeze the legs in and hold those balls. It's the last exercise for the day. We're going to do a count of 10. For those of you who find this a very difficult exercise, just stick to the count of 10. You can stick to a steady pace. 1, 2, 3, and you may get ahead of us, of the rest of us. For everyone else who feels a little bit hardier and full of energy today, we're going to do something called a ladder. So that means that we're going to lift for the first repetition and just pause for a second and then drop our feet. And then for the second repetition, we're going to lift our feet and we're going to hold for 2 seconds. And the third repetition, we'll lift our feet and hold for 3 seconds. So just follow along with me. Do your best to make it as up to 10 or as close to 10 as you can make it. And if you have to give up, great, you got a good workout in today and you stopped at the right time. So grip your chair, the further back you lean. Exercises, the further forward you lean, the harder it is. So I've got a companion who's decided to make it a little bit harder for me. Let's get started. 1, and then drop the foot. 2, 2 seconds. 3, 2, 3 seconds. 4, 2, 3, 4 seconds. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to laugh here, everyone. Focus on your exercise. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I told you she was causing trouble today, wanting attention. 1, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As if multitasking wasn't already hard enough for me. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got one more to go, everyone. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh. Okay, so on today's workout, we got great work done for our quads, for our inner thighs, for our hips and glute muscles, and a little bit of a warm-up for our shoulders too. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time for our next workout. Bye, everyone.